Hey, what's up, everybody? Long time no see. I am happy to be with you guys again. I hope y'all can hear me. Um, Cheers. Welcome back. I've been on a long hiatus. Well, not long. It's been like 3 weeks, 4 weeks or so. But first off, I want to say cheers again. And Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, guys. I apologize. I've been off for so long. I have been busy working, taking care of business, paying bills, just living everyday life. And on top of that, I feel that now every now and again I'll need to step away to come back and give you guys all that I have. You know, doing a show every single week it's not hard to commit to, but I want to make sure I'm giving you guys my best and come to you guys with things that matter and have to reflect. And I told you guys I was going to come back with like simplistic topics, but over the course of the 3 or 4 weeks that I've been gone, a lot has happened, so I have to get caught back up on that, and then we can go from there. But I promise you I got some great things in store for you guys. I just have been so busy that I haven't taken the time to truly evaluate what I want to talk about next. But the things I want to talk about with you guys today is good. And I know y'all looking at my ensemble and it's like, what the hell is going on? Or not my ensemble, but my outfit. And it's like, what the hell's going on? This is a different side of Javier we've never seen. Well, I'm channeling my black woman today. As you can see, I have on a black, I have a lot of African wardrobes, dashikis, and also my friend calls them muumuus, but they're really like long things you can walk around in the house, and basically they're kind of like not necessarily dresses, but men wear them in Africa too. You know, they're like long dresses or long shirts basically. So that's what I basically have on, but this one has like a way you can tie it. I'm not sure if you guys can see me, but I tied it off in the back, and then I have on my jewelry. I'm channeling my African American woman today because of all the things that have been going on right now. And if you guys don't even know, check out my YouTube, the other video I posted on my YouTube. I think it was like earlier this week or so, with the woman in Chicago and the Chicago raid that happened in 2019 of February, and that BS that happened there. I was so over it and hurt, y'all. I just couldn't anymore. I had to let the world know how angry I was. So definitely check that out. But I'm here now. I'm excited to get into some topics with you guys. I just wanted to let y'all know that I'm here. I ain't forgot about y'all. You know, I just need to recuperate myself and get myself together. And matter of fact, since I got my phone, let me go and make sure I look good. Yeah, okay, I do. All right. Okay, so first order of business, y'all, because we got to talk about some things. So this episode is called Dear White People. And the reason I'm calling it Dear White People is because there's just so much that I want white people to understand about African Americans that we have yet to for them to fully understand about us. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that, and if y'all hear my voice, I'm trying to talk lower right now because y'all know I probably talk really loud. But I have this morning I woke up and my voice was so raspy. I've never lost my voice a day before in my life. But I have also had it to where I can go and it's like straining and it's talking. And now that I work at a call center, even though I'm working at home, my voice is basically my paycheck. So I talk a lot, even more now than usual. So I have to restrict myself at times. But this morning I woke up and my voice was like shot to shingles. It was literally raspy. I could barely talk. So I have to kind of condense my volume, being able to speak to you guys, and also because I've been looking at the past videos, and the mic really captures my voice so well that sometimes it sounds like it's bursting your speakers possibly on your phone or whatever. So I got to speak a little lower. Sorry, or figure out a way to get this mic to do what I wanted to do, but still in the early stages of that. But like I stated, this episode is called Dear White People. And the first discussion I want to have, there's so many things I want to discuss. And just to jump off the bat is I was watching, I don't really watch the show, but if you guys all know about the show with Jada Pickett, the Red Talk Table or Red Table Talk or whatever on Facebook. And I couldn't help but believe when I saw the clips was she sat down with that white girl. I don't know her name. I don't care about her name. I don't care who she is because she's of no importance to me. But the thing that girl stated on that Red Table Talk, and it was about her parents had got caught with paying off the school, I believe it was, to cheat about her SAT scores or something. Or maybe that was Felicity Huffman. And I think I mentioned this to you guys before. But she should have got more time for that. But this girl sat up there and said, "Oh, well, please forgive me. My parents don't know from what they do. They didn't know any better. They didn't, like, it was just this sob-ass story." And then she's like, "Well, my parents live in this bubble and everything like that." And I'm just like, girl, what century are you living in? This isn't the 1960s or the 1800s where it's literally segregation here and segregation there and you are only in your bubble. This is the 21st century. You act like you don't have social media. You act like, oh, this is the only what you follow. You act like Black Lives Matter is not the prompting, the most headlined thing on news today right now. So, and I watched that and I'm just sitting there like, really? Really? And the thing that pissed me off is that it kind of was like everybody at that table understood what she was talking about. And me, I'm not letting her have a pass. I don't forgive her. Not that I'm not, when I mean I don't forgive her, I'm not asking for her to, she wasn't asking for me to forgive her. I'm not even caring about the forgiveness part. It's the fact that I'm holding you accountable. She knew exactly what her parents were doing. The only reason why she's apologizing was because she got caught. People don't apologize about shit until they're caught. She knew exactly what her parents were up to. And for her parents to both only get like 5 or 6 months in jail is wrong. Because there was the same African-American woman that was, I think, up in New York. And she changed, she moved, but lied about her address on her on a school application so her son could stay at that school. And she got, what, I think it was 15 years in prison for that? But yet Felicity Huffman and these two parents get only 5 months. And then they come out and their lives are still great. White people say, oh, I lived in this bubble, or they speak in a way of acting like they don't know the course or history of the United States. Against black people. Against right from wrong. You know what's right and you know what's wrong. So for her to sit up here and say, oh, well, I'm not justifying what my parents did. Yes, you are. Because when you say you lived in a bubble all your life, you don't know the outside world, bullshit. I call bullshit on that. You know exactly what the fuck your parents was doing. You just are sorry that you got caught. You're not apologizing because you were really sorry. You're apologizing because your asses got caught. Your parents are not sorry. You're not sorry. Not just because you're white, but because we can see right through you. I can see right through you. And it was surprising to me at that whole entire table that everyone at the table was understanding about what was going on. I saw right through all that Maybelline, CoverGirl, whatever the fuck y'all makeup y'all all had on. That whole damn segment was bullshit. The clips I saw was bullshit. And for them to sit there and try to act like they understood, I was kind of shocked at everybody at the table for like trying to understand, and was like, okay, yeah, she's making sense. Please. Don't nobody want to hear that bullshit. I get you want your children to have the best, but I'm holding her to a higher standard because her own race holds us to a higher standard and diminishes us. I can't remember that woman's name, but she's in jail right now for 15 years because she decided she wanted her son to go to the same school because it was the best education possible, and she didn't want to change her address because it would have put him in another school, and she would have to put him in another school, and they put her in jail for that, lying about that. Something that more simple. But Felicity Huffman and all these parents, they paid off their STT scores to get them higher, bribed people with money and stuff like that, but yet they still can live their lavish lives. They're not sorry. They're just sorry that they get caught. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? So they're not sorry that they get caught. They're not sorry that they did it or that they didn't know the law, right from wrong, because they did. They're sorry that they got caught. Let's just be honest. You know? And I'm not going to allow her to use that as a cop-out that she doesn't pay attention to the outside world. She's in her own little bubble, and this is all she knows and stuff like that. Bullshit. Bullshit. I call bullshit on that. The day that African American white people's lives were infiltrated into blacks was sort of like the day that O.J. Simpson killed that white girl. Let's be real. Come on now. So I can't. And another thing I saw today, and I'm always watching clips, y'all, because I got more important things to do than worry about other people, because I like to talk about bigger headline subjects, but these little things I do kind of dodge in and out of and focus on. So I was watching this clip, and this is from a year ago. Whoopi Goldberg and Meghan McCain were in a fight about some military guy that was being pardoned by, I think, Trump, or something was happening where Trump is always involved. Trump is always fucking involved in something. I'm so tired of talking about him. I'm just going to start calling him the man over there or something like that. I'm not to come up with another name for him because I'm tired of talking about him. But it was funny because of how ridiculous it was, where she stated, and it was a white man, of course. It's always white men, huh? Right? I think every time I've talked about a topic, it always has a white man involved in it. Kind of like Chris Tucker said off of Rush Hour. Behind every crime, there's a white man. One main white man waiting for their cut. But Meghan McCain, there was something going on, and I cannot remember the specifications of it. But it was so bad that they got into an argument over it. And there are some times where I don't agree with Whoopi Goldberg, but in this sense I did, and I'm glad she checked her on this. And Joan Behar, or Joe Behar, Ms. Behar, sorry, they were checking her because she specifically said if you serve in the military, you get a free pass. And they're like, and she's like, well, because they fighting for our freedom, they're fighting for our safety, our country, so they get a free pass. And I think the crime was so bad that it was like a felony charge, and I think it was for rape or it was something big, rape, murder, assault. It was something big though. That was like it could be like a felony charge, and she said that if you're in the military, you get a free pass. And I'm like, really? A free pass? That's you know what? You're white, and of course you're gonna say that because you're not living in a black community. You're not living in a minority community. So of course you're gonna say that. So you mean to tell me that they can rape, murder, molest, rob, commit a crime, and they get a free pass on it? Is it just one or two? So then I'm thinking, well then, why don't all of us black people go and join the military then? Maybe we'll get a free pass for being black now, and they'll stop murdering us and doing harm to our kids. And I kind of wanted to be like, well, let's wake up your father. If your father was still alive, why don't somebody murder him? Why don't you allow a military man to murder him? Will you still think they get a free pass then? Oh, but because it's your father, you say no. I get that the military is amazing. My grandfather was a veteran. But I hold people in office and people that are in the military and cops and doctors and stuff to a higher standard, because that's a public servant. First, you're being a public servant, and it's of public service. And you volunteered to do that. We didn't ask you to, unless you were in the draft. That's the only other time. But it still does give you no opportunity to get a free pass for anything. So I asked myself, Meghan McCain, what if your father was still alive and somebody murdered him? And it was a military man, or if it was a veteran, would you still have the same opinion then? Or better yet, what if someone raped you? Would you still have that opinion then? And I know that is harsh to say that, but I have to say it with the harsh questions. I have to speak with harsh questions because to me, I don't understand the validity of why she would go to the depths and think that it's okay that military men get a free pass. Why do they get a free pass? I don't understand that. And I couldn't get where she was coming from with that. I see what she meant. Military men are great. My grandfather was great. He fought in the Vietnam War. Came out crazy. PTSD. Died 10 years before I was even thought of or born or conceived. But it still doesn't give him or anyone else the right to do what they want and get a free pass for it. Hell no. Hell no. And for you to think that, I would like a military man to do something to you or say something to you, and do they then still get a free pass? Oh, but no, because it happened to you, it's not okay. But if it happens to other people or other things, it's okay. No. And that's what this Dear White People thing is about, is that stop living in your bubble. Face reality. Right is wrong is wrong. No matter who's in office, right is wrong is wrong. I don't give a damn if you're in the military. I don't give a damn if you was in the army of Jesus or God. Doesn't give you the right to still commit crimes, and you think you get a free pass for it. Meghan McCain. But now we know where you stand on that. Now I know where you stand on that. And I have some choice words. I will have some things I would like to say to you in person. I have some things I would want to question you about in person about that. And I want to get a true, honest answer of why you think that people in military and armed forces should get a free pass. Why? And your reason for, oh, they serve our country and stuff like that. Bullshit. That's that stupid shit. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean a damn thing. And moving forward, I think that, and I want to congratulate, and it's on my brain because I want to, and I was talking about Jada Pickett and on them. Taraji P. Henson, girl, you doing your thing, girl. You're doing it. Mental health, I'm watching the show and I'm loving it, and I'm thankful for you. So I want to salute to you, my girl, and happy holidays to you. And I've been in love with you ever since Baby Boy. So, yeah, I'm grateful for you. So thank you for that. And I don't struggle with mental illness. I don't. My family has, though, bipolar, depressive, and other things. But I want to thank you for that, because it helps me stay aware, at least with myself, of what I can do to so I don't ever get to the point where I start to have mental illness issues, or where I feel like I may have a breakdown of something or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've been able to orchestrate my life and control my emotions very strategically, and God has blessed me with that. But I do appreciate your voice and hearing you. And just because I don't suffer from those things doesn't mean I can't support and watch you. So I want to thank you for the show. And I'm watching you, girl. I'm watching you, sister. I'm watching you do your thing. And you are doing it, girl. You are doing it. The good fight. The good fight. But moving forward, I wanted to talk of the main piece that I wanted to talk about with this, is where I'm gonna go ahead and set my phone down, is and if y'all know I cut off my sides. And I think I told y'all this. I think I did this before even the show started. I cut off my sides, but I need to do them again. But moving forward, I wanted to talk about what this episode truly meant of Dear White People. All right? Because this message is for white people, about this whole bubble thing that y'all live in Hollywood, and not accepting us in your world. And I'm here to let you know, I'm here to disrupt that white community, disrupt that bubble by any means necessary. And I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. This episode is geared towards white people, because there's just so much to say. I need white parents, white teachers, white kids, grandmothers, grandkids, fathers, uncles, aunties, to teach your kids about slavery. Teach your kids about your ancestors and what they did to us. It's not to just diminish your guys' legacy or diminish your culture. Well, you don't really have a culture, but diminish your ancestry, shall I say that. It's to be truthful about them, about this country. And let me tell you the reason why. is because for all of the Donald Trump supporters, all the Nazis, all of the Confederate flag holders, the ones that white supremacies, the KKKs, the Proud Brothers, as everybody says, that's a group to defend whites against blacks. You're not teaching your kids about slavery. You're not teaching your kids that their ancestors were once slave owners. Does them a disservice, because they grow up in the world and then they go out and look and they ask themselves questions, and they ask you, mommy or daddy, why are these black people out here protesting for Black Lives Matter? What's going on? And then you may just say, well, son or daughter, it's a little too complicated to explain. And then they're asking questions, but you never give them a concise answer. And you never tell them about their history. The only time we ever learn about black history, but really is American history, is Black History Month. And in those 28 days, we only learned about a couple of people, and they're the same people each year. And not that I don't love learning about them, because there's always things you can learn about that one person over the course of your lifetime. But we learn about the same people. Rosa Parks, Frederick Douglass, and not Frederick Douglass, Martin Luther King, and Malcolm X, and we can even add Obama in there. That's all we learn about, and Obama was just recently added to the list because he was president. A lot of white people, white kids that are growing up right now still don't understand what it was impact for us to have a first black president. A lot of you parents don't tell them before the United States was established, your ancestors beat us, raped us, tortured us, lynched us, put us in jail for stealing a coat, burned us alive, skinned us alive, whipped us. And a lot of you parents don't tell your kids how, like, what and to me, sorry y'all, I start doing weird stuff with my ears right now, so don't mind me. I'm just cleaning and shit as I go. But I think that you guys do your kids a disservice. And you do us as African Americans a disservice, because you don't go into your communities and educate your own kind about their ancestryship. I have not heard a white person deny slavery, but I have not yet anyone actually acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? People are like, oh, black people are angry, black people are loud, black people this. But because of over 400 years of oppression and suffrage and being suppressed by a system that was founded before the United States was even established. And it's not, and I don't want white people to think that, oh, well, you telling them about your ancestry they're not going to hate you. They're going to understand where we're coming from. They're going to. And doing that will stop some of the white violence against blacks. You get what I'm saying? I see it all starts at home. It does. And one thing I've never seen a white person do is go into their community and single-handedly tell racist white people that they're wrong and they need to stop beating on black kids, bleating on killing black men, doing wrong to black women. I've yet to see a white person do that. You guys march with us, and we're proud for that. You guys speak at our engagements. We're proud of that. But I've yet to see an actual white person go into a community and sit there and say, you guys are wrong. You guys have spoken on TV about it. You guys have vaguely talked about it. But I've yet to see a white person, especially of today, to go into a white community, their own community, and talk shit about their own race. You want to know why? Because you guys are white and you want to stay making money. I've yet to see anyone go into their own community and say, you guys need to stop this against black people. You guys are wrong. I have yet to see that happen. We're grateful that you're marching with us. But to me, That's worse than the people that are actually committing the crimes, that are actually racist. Because you guys are acknowledging what's going on with us. You guys know about it, but you guys aren't really saying anything. Go into your communities. Teach your kids about your ancestors and what they did to us. Teach them the good, but teach them the bad as well. And then allow your kids to make up their mind. But at least they know about the information. And then if they still know about the information and how to treat, it's one thing for to teach your kids, hey, treat everybody with respect, son. Treat everybody how you want to be treated. That's all fine and dandy. But you're not teaching them what really needs to be taught. And I need white lawmakers, white people to because you guys apparently are the decision makers, but we're changing that around as quick as possible. But you guys need to start implementing this into the school curriculum. Talking about slavery. I understand it's gruesome and everything, but guess what? Your ancestors did it. It's your ancestors' fault. So you can't not want to teach American history. Why? Because it's too vigorous, it's too rough, it's rated R? Well, guess what? Your ancestors did it to us. So why not teach about it? Why not? Because it's too sad, it's too depressing, it's too explicit. Well, didn't your ancestors were the ones that were doing all this stuff? Have you ever told your kids about why there's such thing as light-skinned people in the world? One of the reasons, one of the biggest reasons, because white masses raped Africans. And then when those Africans had babies, the masses took them, raised them to hate their parents, and passed them off as somewhat black. So you know that little brown paper bag rule? If you're darker than this bag, then you're brown. If you're not, you're white. Yeah, teach your kids about that. Let's be real. Let's get real about this. Teach them how black kids were lynched just for walking down the street and looking at a white woman wrong. Teach them about that. Teach them about how the cops were behind Malcolm X's killing. Teach them about that. You want to get real? Let's talk about it. And that's why I said I'm going to be in white communities disrupting your cycle. Because all y'all do is yourselves. But I'm cutting right through the line, both sides of it. You guys got a circle. I'm coming in this way and coming out that way. And then I'm going to come down this way and come back this way. I'm coming in all four corners, baby. And I'm going to disrupt your little pretty lives where your picket fences grow with green grass and flowers are so pretty and the birds are chirping and the flowers are blooming and you smell the air. You got the clean water and you're about yourself. Well, guess what? No justice, no peace. You guys need to understand that you guys do us a disservice. You guys are worse off more so than the people that are actually committing the crime, being racist, because you guys are actively doing your part in your own communities to stop them. You're just, if not as much culpable or worse than them. You know what I'm saying? And I've yet to see a white politician, I've yet to see Joe Biden or any other white man or woman speak against their own race. Deliberately, vigorously, explicitly. You know, everybody wants to say Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. No, he didn't. Because he wasn't man enough to go into the South and pull out the slaves. You know why Juneteenth happened? You want to know why? Because while you guys as white people were celebrating July 4th, we were celebrating Juneteenth. Because the year that the Emancipation Proclamation was signed and freed the slaves, freed us, Harriet Tubman and a whole army force of black people went to war with the South. And it took them a whole year to come down. And when they told us, after a whole year, they finally told slaves that were still enslaved by masses in Texas and in Birmingham and in Georgia, these battleground states and cities. They came down and finally told us, hey, you're free. You're free. Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation freeing you guys. And we celebrated that day, a joyous occasion, Juneteenth, June 19th. So that's why Juneteenth is Black people's freedom and celebration. That was the day of our independence. But really, we're not even independent because we're still dealing with shit today. Look at Antoinette Young, the lady that was raided in Chicago. That happened in February 2019, but the video just surfaced recently. Look at Breonna Taylor, gunned down 8 bullets to the chest. Both those cases, the cops had the wrong address and they were wrong about the information given to them and went off informants without verifying the information. And warrants weren't really securely, properly gotten from judges, signed. George Floyd with the knee on his back. And to me, it's so amazing that these men sit up here and they're walking around free. They're killing us. They can do so freely. That's why cops haven't stopped. It's because they know that they can get off. It's not a oops, my chance that they possibly will get off. They will get off. The killers of Breonna Taylor are still walking around free. The video of George Floyd being killed by cops. The cops are walking around free. And it was shot on camera directly, and the cops were acknowledging the video. They were videotaped like this, and they're looking at the cameras, knowing, and they're having their knee on their knee on his neck. Me, oh shit, I'm on camera. Let me move my knee off your neck. Let's rest them, get them in the car, and take them back to the station. They know that they can get caught on camera murdering us, shoot us point blank in the head. A white man we could be videotaping, right? And the next thing you know, we see a white man walk down the street and just for no reason, pow, shoot him in the head. He get off scot-free. Oh, we just killed another black person. That's okay. One less thing we possibly got to worry about. He probably was a thug or ended up with being a thug. So we just eliminated him as a problem. A potential problem. That's okay. A potential threat. But yet, we're the bad guys. You know, I think that you need to, like I said, teach your kids against Nazis and the Confederacy in their communities, in your communities. The history of whites and why races still exist is because nobody preaches slavery anymore. You know, nobody preaches. I need you guys to be like preachers in your communities, like bishops. Go into your communities and raise your voice about the shit that your ancestors did. You know what I'm saying? It's imperative. And it's like the prison system. Teach your kids why more blacks are in prison than any other race. Because private companies, such as all white companies, most likely have a hand and stake in the prison system. Private owned companies own the prison systems. Teach your kids about your race and everything that you guys are doing to us. Oh, I'm sorry, it's too depressing, it's too sad, it's too explicit. You don't want to subject your kids to that. Well, guess what? We don't want to be subjected to your killing. We don't want to be subjected to your men raping us or murdering us or beating us or paying us less than the minimum wage, close to federal minimum wage of $7.25 per hour. We don't be subject to your to all the bullshit that you guys give us and feed us because we're black. Simply because we're black. Nothing else. And the problem is you don't hate us, you hate yourself, so in return you take it out on us. Well, guess what, baby? I hate myself and I'm coming after you with all the vengeance I got in the world that God is going to give me. Or shall I say, not vengeance, because vengeance is mine, said the Lord. The Lord has tasked me on this earth. And I figured out that He wants me to do something in this world. And I'm coming through like a wrecking ball and I'm going to destroy and destruct the community of white people until they understand that it's imperative that they talk about us. You know, your ancestors relived and they talked about us and spread it and relived the conquest of raping us and beating us and torturing us and murdering us. And putting us in their fields to pick their cotton, their corn, their beans, their cabbage, their tomatoes, their berries, make their chicken, calling us the N-word, having their way with the women, some men, some boys, putting our own kind against each other, light-skinned versus dark-skinned. Come on now. Dear white people, do better. Teach your kids. Otherwise, I will, and you don't want me to. Because I'm come through like a wrecking ball with a grain of force and like a grain of salt, just as light. Just a small light touch to your community. I will interrupt it all. Giving you the chance to do it before I have to. Because I am not going to hold back. I'm going to tell the truth, speak how I am. This show is not to threaten you guys. It's to see that you guys need to do better. And I understand. You don't want to subject your kids to it because it's trauma. But there is appropriate stages that you can kind of elevate your kids to the more about us. That's the thing. You can teach your kids at an early age about Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King and stuff like that. And then and stuff like that. And then move on to the harsher things. And also talk about how great we are. The first self-made woman millionaire. And she was black. You know who that was? Madam C.J. Walker. You guys destroyed Tulsa, Oklahoma. We had Black Wall Street. Oh yeah, nobody probably knew about that, huh? Black Wall Street. We had. Let me look up the picture. Let me show you. We had so many things for us, and you guys, your men, took that away from us. We had 600 businesses, 21 churches, 21 restaurants, 30 grocery stores, 2 movie theaters, 6 private airplanes, plus a hospital, a bank, a post office, schools, libraries, law offices, and even a bus system in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And you guys took that from us. But yet you guys don't want to talk about all the history. But you guys take from us and then don't want to talk about it. Like, oh, we could take from you and you don't speak about it. And like I said, your ancestors did that. And there's still people in your community that are doing it today. And the people that aren't talking about it are worse off than the ones that are actually doing the crime. Now, I'll see you guys next time. This is the first episode that I'll be uploading. So Merry Christmas. And I'll see you guys next time. Next time we're on the one that I'm going to be uploading, or the one I'm going to be talking about. The topic I'm going to be talking about next that's coming up on the Analytical Eye Show is about, and I usually don't tell you guys what I'm going to talk about, but this one I know for sure is going to be about the COVID bill and everything with that. I'm going to be talking about the vaccine and lawmakers, you know, and I think of some of the stuff I've kind of said before, but I have to drill it into you guys' brains. And I'm also going to be talking about voting for Georgia. Also talk about the Senate race and everything that's going to be coming up in 2021. And then go from there. But I thank y'all for watching the show. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Avir Vassal. You can follow the Analytical Eye Show at the Analytical Eye Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well. I'm trying to work on this website, but it's so tough, y'all. It's giving me the blues. And I hope I see y'all next time. Make sure y'all watch the Light of the Sundays. Merry Christmas. I will see you guys before the new year ends. And let's rock out hard, y'all. Let's rock out hard. Let's rock out black. Let's rock out black women. Black women, you are great. I love y'all. And yeah, let's do better, y'all. Let's do better. Let's do better. I wish I was able to get a full view of my outfit, because I really do like my outfit. But God bless y'all. And we're truly better together in this world. And it's just speaking truth, y'all. It's just really speaking truth. It's really getting into your communities and vigorously explaining what's going on in our world, y'all. White people, you got to do justice in your own communities. Teach your kids about us, the good and the bad. More so the bad, so they can understand why we're so angry and why we're so passionate and why we're protesting and what's going on in their United States as much as ours. Because this is a 50-50 world. You don't own anything, because God owns everything. But cheers. See you guys next time. Thank you for watching, y'all. Thank y'all. And all of the deaths that have happened in COVID, let's do better, y'all. But we'll talk more about that on the next show. So thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all again. And let's do better, y'all. White people, do better. Do better. Talk. That's all we're asking for is talk. When you talk, changes things. Cheers. See y'all later.